Hello children, in this video we are going to see about how can we reduce or increase friction. So increasing friction. Increasing friction means what? We are increasing the level of force of friction. Yes. So sometimes we need to increase friction so as to avoid slipping of objects. So in the last video we have seen the force of friction will stop the movement of an object, or it will oppose the movement of an object. It will act against the direction of the movement of an object. Yes. So sometimes we have to increase friction. Why? To avoid slipping of object. Let us see some examples why we have to increase friction. Okay. Now first example is let us consider sole of the shoes. Okay, you know no sole of the shoes. Sole of the shoes means the downward part of the shoes. So if you are seeing the down part of the shoes, that not upper part, below part of the shoes, it is grooved. So why it is grooved? Because to allow the increase of friction between our feet and ground. Okay, so if the sole of the shoes is grooved only, it can increase the friction between our feet and ground, so we can walk safely. There will not be slipping. Okay, if the sole of shoes is not there, the shoes can easily slipped. Okay, so we can't able to walk. Okay, so the sole of the shoes is grooved because the friction between our ground and feet, it will be increases and we can walk easily. Now, second example is tires are treaded so that they can have a better grip. So, in the vehicle, you know, for the smooth movement of the vehicle, the good tire is very, very important. Yes, if the tire is not providing a better grip, then the vehicle will slip in the road. Yes, so the tires are treaded so that it can provide better grip over the ground and allow the smooth movement of the vehicles. Next example is brake pads in the vehicle. So you know, in all the vehicles there will be a brake pad, so which allow us to stop them suddenly from moving. Yes, so brake pads are used in bikes to stop them suddenly from moving by increasing the amount of friction. Okay, so brake pads, it will increase the amount of friction which stop the movement of bike or any vehicle suddenly from moving. Next example is kabaddi players. So you know kabaddi players, if you are seeing kabaddi, kabaddi players used to rub their hands with soil. Yes, so why they are rubbing their hands with soil? Which helps in increasing the friction between the hands and allow them to have an easy grip of the opponent. So they can easily catch the opposite team because the soil it has a irregular surface which will increase the friction between the hands and allow them to have an easy grip of the opponent. Next, fifth example is gymnastics. So gymnastic also apply a hose substance which they can have a better grip due to increased friction in their hands. So they will also apply some substance which will increase the friction in their hands. So once they are increasing friction, it will provide better grip for them to withstand. Okay, so gymnastic, kabaddi players, then in the the sole of the shoes will be grooved, the tires will be treaded, and brake pads in the bikes, these all designed based on increase in friction. So if we are increasing in friction, we can avoid the slipping of an object. Now here you can see the tire. So pattern on the surface of the tire which are made to increase the friction between the tires and the road surface. Yes, so irregular surface you can see in the tire which will increase the friction between the tire and the road. Then here you can see the soles of the shoes which help them to increase the friction with the ground and reduce chances of slipping. So here also you can see in the soles of the shoes will be irregular surfaces. So it can increase the friction with the ground and reduce the chances of slipping. Now sometimes when we are reducing friction, it also helpful in some ways. So in order to have a smooth movement of an object, we need to reduce friction. So why we have to reduce the friction? For having a smooth movement of an object, we need to reduce friction. For example, the powder is sprinkled over the carom board. You know carom board, yes? So carom board surface it should be smooth. So if we are hitting the carom using the striker, it should go and it should hit the hole and you should get the points. Yes. So what we will do in order to make the carom board smooth surface, we will sprinkle the powder. Yes, so the powder sprinkled over the carom board will decrease the friction between the board surface and striker. In this way, the surface of carom board become smooth, so that we can easily take the points. Yes. So the powder is sprinkled over the carom board, which will make the surface of carom board smooth, which allows the smooth movement of a striker. Now grease. Next one is grease is used in bicycles and other motors, different parts of machines. So why they are using grease? In order to reduce friction and increase their efficiency. Okay, then oil is also applied on the hinges of the door so that they can move easily. So if the door is unable to lock or if it is not unable to open, what we will do? We used to apply oil on the hinges of the door. Yes, which will make them to move easily. So grease, oil is applied in the bicycle or other motors, different part of machines, the hinges of the door, which will reduce the friction and allow the easy movement of an object, and it will increase the efficiency of the certain substance. Now applying substance like oil, grease, powder allow in smooth movement as they block the irregularities of a surface. So how they will allow the smooth movement? They will block the irregularities in the surface. The substances that can reduce the amount of friction between two different objects are called as lubricants. So the substance which reduces the amount of friction between two different objects are called as lubricants. So we can never reduce friction to the level of 0. Okay, whatever we are doing also, just we can reduce the amount of friction, but we can never reduce friction to the level of 0. Okay, because there is always some irregularities which will present on the surface. Even it is smooth surface also, there will be some irregularities present on the surface which will reduce the which will increase the friction. So we can never reduce friction to a level of 0. So I hope you have understand about how we can reduce or increase the friction. If you have any doubt, you can ask children. Thank you.